So why is it so important that you and I approach dropshipping in a completely different way compared to everyone else? Let's forget about the fact that my unique way of executing the dropshipping business model enabled me to generate results unlike anyone else. I know there's a lot of people out there that are teaching e-commerce. Why else is it important to change the way that we approach dropshipping, especially changing it compared to how most people do it? It's because the dropshipping environment has changed. Let me break this down clearly because this impacts everything that I teach you. Remember, we are trying to build e-commerce businesses that are not only profitable, but also sustainable and viable in 2020 and years to come. There are four main external variables, meaning variables outside of your control that have changed dramatically in the past few years. I started dropshipping in the fall of 2018, and there's even been dramatic changes that have occurred since then. It's a space that is always transforming. The first variable is customers. Back in 2010, dropshipping was a very new form of entrepreneurship, and as a result, customers were naive and susceptible to almost anything. Ads didn't have to look that great, websites didn't have to look that professional, and people would fall for cheap tricks like obviously fake reviews, massive countdown timers, etc. You've seen these things. No business on the internet really knew what they were doing that well, so the caliber for a good ad or a good website was also much lower. This makes sense. If everyone's putting out bad content, you don't have to put out good ones. So what's changed? Well, consumers are now smarter when it comes to purchasing because of two main reasons. Number one, they've had bad experiences with dropshipping businesses, such as slow shipping, terrible customer support, and not being able to get a refund or not receiving their products at all. Number two, they're more used to shopping online and have interacted with big brands and non-dropshipping businesses that have invested a lot of learning and resources into making crisp advertisements and websites. So basically, the caliber has gone way up. Customers now expect a whole lot more. They expect more engaging advertisements, a professional looking website, and also a post-purchase experience that isn't absolutely terrible. If you're an ethical person, you should have a desire to make your customers happy and provide value. Unfortunately, a lot of dropshippers weren't very ethical, so watchdog groups like the BBB and even local governments have come into the scene in response to angry customers. Don't worry, we'll discuss how to deal with these issues like the BBB and local governments if it ever happens later in this course. But the point is, people are getting smarter, and as a result, we have to do things better and in a smarter way, and we have to develop a completely different approach. The second external variable is Facebook. Facebook used to be the wild west. You could sell anything in any way and focus on making money, piss off a bunch of people, potentially even break some laws, and everything was okay. Facebook back then was focused on growing its revenue and advertising platform, so they were pretty lenient. They allowed everyone to use their platform. But as you can imagine, they got kicked in the butt for these lenient policies, are now cracking down. The two main areas that you have to worry about are intellectual property or copyright violations and customer feedback. I'll talk about these things more extensively later because I want you guys to be safe. But for now, just know that you aren't allowed to use any copyrighted content or sell any copyrighted products, purposely or on accident. Both situations will not only get your ad account banned, but your Facebook business account banned as well. This is literally your personal Facebook account. Enjoy explaining to friends and family why you're no longer on Facebook. On the customer feedback end, Facebook currently will send out surveys to a random sample of customers that buy from you on a weekly basis and compile a feedback score for your business. If your feedback score is too low, you will get your ad performance throttled, meaning you have to pay more for the same results, and if it's especially bad, you'll actually get your ad account or Facebook page banned completely. Imagine that. You piss customers off and you aren't even able to advertise anymore. The third external variable is payment processors. These are the companies that actually allow you to accept debit cards and credit cards. PayPal is an example of a payment processor, and so is Shopify Payments and Stripes. Don't worry, these names will become very familiar as you progress throughout this course and in dropshipping. In response to dropshippers absolutely treating customers like crap for years, payment processors received a lot of pressure to also crack down. I'll talk about them in more depth later on, but just know that if you're a bad merchant that pisses off a bunch of customers, you will get your money put on hold, meaning you can't access it, and you won't get paid for products you sell, even though you've already paid the advertising costs and the cost of goods sold. Furthermore, you can even get banned from processing payments altogether. I know a lot of individuals that have gotten banned for as long as 5 years from ever processing payments on the internet. The fourth external variable is competition. As you can imagine, more and more people are coming into dropshipping and e-commerce. Outside of dropshipping, big companies are also upping their digital game and spending more and more money online than ever before. So what does this mean for you? Well, Facebook has gotten more expensive than before, meaning you've got to know what you're doing to start seeing good results. Don't worry, because I've got you covered. I'm gonna go in depth on Facebook ad strategy. Furthermore, a lot of dropshippers are constantly on the prowl for searching for products to sell on AliExpress and content to use for their business. So what do all of these factors and challenges mean for you and me as we approach this business model? Well, we've got to figure out a way to run the dropshipping business model that keeps customers happy, keeps Facebook happy, keeps payment processors happy, and is robust in this ever-changing competitive environment. Lucky for you, I figured exactly that, and that's how I've been able to get my results. You're in the right place. I've designed this course to be up to date as of 2020, and I'll continue to update its content as things may change. In the next few lessons, we'll discuss the popular ways people are dropshipping the wrong way right now, and how I approach this business model in a completely different way.